All right. Aloha, Dream Dancers. Guess who I have here? I've got a man who just showed me his muscles, and that makes me so happy. And we're like moving and dancing, and he is somebody who is a beautiful motivational speaker. He has designed ultimate muscle confusion, and he is going to teach us today how to be better than yesterday. And he's going to join us and share his journey of triumph and victory, woohoo, and helping all these beautiful people with his fitness boot camps. And I'm so excited. Bobby Bluford is Coach Bobby, and
Coach Bobby.
There you go. He's in a mastermind with me, and I'm so excited that we are warriors together in Bo Eason's mastermind. So I'm so honored to have you here on Dance Our Dreams. Thank you so much, honey.
Thank you, Valerie. Thank you very much for having me.
Totally. So, okay. I think most people want to wake up and think like, oh gosh, how can I be better than yesterday? Or even when they go to bed at night, like that seems to be a common dream for most of us as humans, earthlings, So how do you help your clients and your people move forward in their lives as their super coach?
Yeah, so what we do, what I believe in at my core, Valerie, is that every day we have an opportunity to wake up and move towards something bigger than ourselves, right? Move toward a dream, a goal that is bigger than who we are. And so what happens is we get caught up in the day-to-day nuances, the day-to-day rigmarole of what life is. And we forget that at our core, we're still animals that primitively had to get up and get better in order to survive, in order to thrive, in order to live. So what I do when I speak to people or when I train people is I tap into that innate primal part of their DNA that reminds them that every day there's a chance to get better. Every day there's a need to get better, and help them identify what they really want to be in life, right? Whether it's lose 30 pounds, whether it's be a CEO, whether it's be a better father or husband, whether it's be a better speaker or become a speaker. I allow them to identify that and not hide from it and not be afraid of it. And then every day take steps toward it, right? Take that big old mountain that we see as our goal, and then every day have a way of waking up and saying, you know what, I'm gonna take one step today toward that dream. One step toward today toward that goal. And by doing that, you're reducing this mountain of a goal, of a dream, into tiny little steps that allow you and your subconscious to feel good about taking those days and taking a check mark every single day, moving toward that vision and that goal. And I teach people how to do that, how to live it, how to do it, how to embrace it and not run from it, and then feel good about all those micro steps that lead eventually to making these big leaps in your life.
Totally. I know, and that's like our philosophy here, and my personal philosophy, and at Dance Our Dreams, it's like these micro choices and micro decisions make macro impact on our lives and on the planet, right? And so it is overwhelming sometimes for us big dreamers and for people who really want to go make big shifts in the world, and to like break it down into these little baby steps, because we see, like, as visionary people, I think all of us dreamers, like, we see the finish line. Like, we know, like, it can be this way and we can make the world better. I can, lose the 30 pounds, or, I could have biceps like you, Bobby. But it's like, but I got to do like these little baby steps each day. And so I really love your concept of better than yesterday. So you showed me earlier, like when we were having a little chit chat, you're like, I want to show everybody my little book.
Right.
So yeah, tell me what you do with that every day. So this is going to be the experiment of the week, everybody.
Right. So what I do every day, and this is a brand new book, so I won't show you my scribble scratch that I do. But I have these notebooks that I give out to my pupils, and I tell them to imagine you're walking up a mountaintop. Right, and the top of the mountaintop is that vision you have, and when you're at the bottom of it, it seems so far away. But this book allows you to say, you know what, today I'm going to take one step toward that mountaintop, and that might mean 20 push-ups today. It might mean walking to your office door as opposed to driving and parking right next to the front of the building. It might mean making a thank you card or a I love you note to your son or daughter. It might mean getting on a call that you're afraid to do to move toward a better speaking platform that you want to be. So this allows you to give yourself permission to make one step. And so this book, I make sure every day I write something in it, and small enough to make sure that I can make one thing and then write about it without having to commit to this long page, this big page. But you can do it on anything, but it's the act of writing down something every single day and making it a habit that no matter what happens today, I'm going to make one step toward that goal. Just one step, one BTY step toward that goal. And so this book that I carry with me everywhere I go, it keeps me accountable to myself. And I have three. I have one as a husband, one as a father, and one as a business person. Right now, I want to be a better speaker. I want to move toward motivational speaking. So I make sure every day I write down something that I did to move closer to that dream and that vision.
And how does it work for you? I'm imagining you look like a superhuman, but you're still human. Like, I'm sure there's days when you're like, oh, I don't know if I've moved forward, but can you find that discipline? How do you find the discipline every day? Because for me, and possibly some of our listeners, I know that like if I wake up and I do a meditation practice every morning and I journal a little bit. And so this would be a good time to integrate that into my daily practice, and sometimes at the end of the night, I tried doing like a daily reflection journal and it was like, nope, got to get the kids to bed. I'm exhausted. I got to wake up early, so that kind of flew out the window. But when do you do this writing? Do you have a certain ritual that you?
So I don't have a time that I write. I mean, I do it. It's normally in the afternoon or evening. Because oftentimes I haven't done anything yet until the afternoon or evening to write down.
Right, so it's like hard to say.
And I should probably, I used to commit to what I'm going to do that day, and I still do. Occasionally, I'll commit to, like today, I wrote down I have a podcast, and so I've conquered that a big step today toward my speaking. But oftentimes there is no action item already in place when I wake up. Right. So I'm going through the day and I'm like, man, I got to do something. I got to talk to this person in line at Safeway. I have to call somebody I normally wouldn't call. I have to speak up at this seminar or this meeting. And so as I'm going through the day, I'm cognizant of that I have not accomplished this one thing yet, right? And so oftentimes now I do it at the end of the day, but it might be helpful for some people to commit ahead of time to doing that. Right. And you mentioned earlier, how do I keep on track? How do I keep motivated in times when, that dip in motivation happens? And so for many people, this BTY mentality applies to their fitness. Right. For the most part, I've conquered that part of my journey. You're never conquering it, but that gorilla, the fitness gorilla for me is less daunting than some people.
Like me.
Right. And for someone like you, the speaking gorilla might be smaller than it is for me. Right. So or somebody might be, the parenting gorilla might be bigger for them. Right. Totally. We all have gorillas we have to fight. All of us do. And so for those pieces of your life where the fight is larger, but you still want to win it. Right? The fight is larger for you to lose weight than for me. The fight is larger for you to stay committed to saving money than it is for whatever it is.
Right.
You have to commit to that ideal version of you, like a marriage. Right. So yesterday I was not in the mood to work out. I did some crazy workouts last week because I did a speaking engagement last week. And I like going to my speaking engagement confident. So I work. So my way of getting ready is working out. So I did like these crazy workouts. My body was aching still yesterday for my workout. So I didn't want to work out. But I remember two things. When I was 13, 14, 15 years old, I committed to being an elite football player. I committed to it. I mean, Bo Easton calls it making a declaration. I declared to myself I was going to be an elite football player. Yeah. And for years I was still skinny. I'd work out, I would eat, I would down a gallon of milk every day, vitamin D milk before that was not popular. And for years I saw almost no progress. I was getting stronger, but I was still skinny, right? When I grew up with a stutter. And so when I decided to like go into business, before I did fitness, I was in finance, and I wanted to be a CFO, and I knew that included a lot of speaking. So I did Toastmasters. I went to a speech pathologist, and for months, years, still to this day, I still struggled. Mostly subconsciously, but it was this feeling like I wasn't making any progress, right? So whether it was fitness and getting bigger and stronger, or whether it was trying to speak better and become, this articulate CFO, there were many times when I felt like I was making no progress. But what I did in both of those cases, what I do now in every area I'm successful in, is I marry my dream.
I love it.
Right? And I tell people all the time, it's like, you got to stop dating your fitness. Right? So like dating, like when you meet somebody, it's fun, it's nice, you feel good, you get goosebumps, but eventually you're going to see her with her makeup off. Yeah. Eventually you're going to see him after he hasn't showered. Right? Yeah. So you have to be ready for that. When you get married, you go into it ready for the ups and downs.
Yeah.
So when they come, you've already committed to staying through all that.
Yeah.
Right. And so the same is true with fitness. So my story, what I was saying was, yesterday, I didn't want to work out, but I knew at some point I was going to love my fitness again. Maybe next week, maybe tomorrow. Yeah. But I couldn't stay away from my fitness until I felt good again. Like when you married, you come home whether you want to or not. You come home whether you're grumpy or not, because you love that person. And you know that there's going to be times when you feel like, oh man, I feel grumpy. I don't want to be around anybody. Yeah. But you don't have that option because you committed to doing it. If you're dating, you can do that.
Totally.
So yeah, this book, what it does is when you build habits and you commit in the very beginning to the end result, then sometimes it becomes a habit, right? So yesterday I worked out, even though I wasn't in the mood, because I committed to being fit my whole life, and it's a habit. Like, I love it. I was backed out of this call because I was afraid of looking silly, but I committed to being a better shape.
I love it.
So sometimes it's a matter of you saying, you know what, I'm going to commit to 10 push-ups every morning.
Exactly. And so that's where this experiment can come in. I just want to note really quick, I'm working on a video right now called Married to Your Mission. Wow. And just like for you, like married to your fitness. And it's true. Like when you up level, and you can even do obviously little fun ceremonies, like I actually commit to this part of my life. And it sounds like you did that as a young man, and look at you now, like it's working, like one day at a time, you're saying yes to this health, this lifelong fitness for yourself, like mental and physical. And so let's talk really quickly. So our podcast used to be called Big Dream School, and it's Dance Our Dreams now. And so I'm still in this, like, I have to get out of the habit of dance our dreams. But I really do like to look at our dream as a big dream of the planet, and how do our individual dreams support that, And so one organization, the United Nations, has 17 sustainable development goals. And so what I like to do with each podcast is just share a little nugget of, one of these goals, so that maybe it might inspire you as a listener to take some action or get stoked about, like, how can I align my dream with a big dream? And so for you, Bobby, you picked United Nations Development Goal number 3, health and wellness. And obviously, your whole mission is, mental and physical and fiscal and relationship. Like you're a holistic coach, in my opinion. And so you're taking all these ingredients, but really the health, like how can you, if you don't have energy, right, and you don't feel good, you can have all these great visions and dreams, but you're going to be on the couch, not out and about. So it seems like this is a really important topic for you, that you're really, doing your work based around.
Right. It's critical. It's critical, Valerie. Yeah. Because do you like ketchup?
Not really.
Tabasco?
A little.
Hot sauce and stuff?
Oh, I like some good hot sauce. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm picky.
Most people, many people, I'll say, I haven't done research, but I would imagine many people have a go-to addition to their food. For some it's ketchup, for some it's Tabasco. My wife is Hispanic. For her, it's Tapatio.
Tapatio, yeah.
But none of us like down ketchup, right? I don't think, maybe a college student, right? So we add ketchup or Tabasco to our food to enhance the food.
Yeah.
To make the food better, right? So no one loves ketchup, but it makes everything else better. No one loves Tabasco, but it makes everything else better.
Yeah.
Our health and fitness is the same exact thing. It's
Yeah.
the same thing, right? So and we forget that because we're so caught up on the aesthetics and the numbers and losing weight and a smaller dress size. We forget why we're doing it. Right? Most of us are not models. Most of us are not bodybuilders. Most of us are not, pro athletes, right? Most of us, or many of us, already have a mate. So we're not doing it for those reasons, right? And so what happens is we start off, and then because there's not a real reason to do it, we stop doing it,
Yeah.
right? The Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Most of us have inherited successful completion of most of those needs. So we come out of the womb with biological needs met, with communal needs met. Most of our needs are met. And so we're walking around this earth trying to find our place, and there's no tie. So there's really no reason for us to be fit, right? Other than we say we want to be healthy, but that ain't really. I mean, unless you're at the doctor's office and you get a bad report, that ain't enough reason for most people. We want to look good, and that subsides. The truth is, we want to be fitter and healthier because it makes everything else in our life better.
Yeah.
Period.
It does.
And
it
if
sure
you don't
does.
admit that or acknowledge it and own up to it and live by that standard, it's hard. So I wake up every morning, we all do. If the first thing you see in the mirror is not an image you like, you can't possibly be a good father. You can't possibly be a good podcast host if you woke up and didn't like what you saw in the mirror. It's impossible. So part of it is I want people to be better at what they do, right? To go into the workplace feeling confident, to go, speaking with their daughter or their son feeling confident, to walk this planet feeling confident so that they can do the best thing they can do for the planet. They can be the best version of themselves for the planet. So I don't care if you got nice abs. I don't care if you have big biceps. What I care about is that you feel good about who you are. Yep. So that we as a planet can get the best version of you.
Exactly. And that is such potent medicine for all of us. And it's really not about the look. It's about the feel. And it comes, when you look good, you feel good, darling. And so, whatever that version is of our optimal health. All right, let's talk quickly about your song. As a DJ, I always have to have songs of the week. We got to get our groove on. And so do you want to say it? You want me to say it? Who your artist and song of the week is and why?
It's called Sold Out.
Okay.
And what's his name again? I said your
Hezekiah
name.
Walker and LFC.
Yeah, so it's a gospel song. It's called Sold Out. My mind is made up. So it's a spiritual song. It's a gospel song.
Nice.
And the message resonates because it's saying that I'm committed. I've sold out. My heart is on Jesus. My heart is on God. And it's the same thing with our lives, right? You have to sell out and be committed to who you want to be in this world before you die.
Yeah.
Right. And most of us don't do that. Most of us go from Monday to Friday, kind of going through the motions, kind of numbing ourselves on the weekends, never really selling out to our soul, to our spirit, to our Lord, to the universe. And we look back 50 years later and wish we had done more. So when that song comes on, and I literally get boom, boom, boom. And it automatically gets me in a different state because I know that wherever I'm at, usually I'm in class and I'm mad at somebody for not getting the heavy enough weight or whatever, it reconnects me to my Lord, but to where I'm at and says, you know what, no matter where I'm at, I can be sold out to myself, to my God, to my spirit, and sold out in the moment.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a great song.
It is good. All right. I can't wait to listen to it. It's going to be so fun. Okay. So, guys, you guys can go to djvaleriebelove.com/podcast and you can get the weekly experiment dream sheet. And what Bobby's saying too is, when you write something down every day and you take just a little note, like I did this, yay, high five. It gives you more, propensity to keep doing that. What's even better in my experience with doing all of these weekly experiments is get a buddy. You know, do
Yep.
your experiment with a buddy
Fun.
and just text them, I did my 10 push-ups today, or I went to bed a half an hour earlier, whatever the thing is that
Or
you want to
tell
work
me,
on.
I'll be a buddy.
Tell Bobby. And so
At Coach Bobby on social media.
Exactly. So Bobby, where can everybody find you and check you out and get their little books and start working with you and being inspired by you?
At Coach Bobby is
Okay.
my tag name, I guess, on Instagram, on Facebook.
Awesome.
Bobby Bluford. You can personally request a friendship with me on Facebook, and on YouTube, I'm at Coach Bobby as well. At Coach Bobby Bluford.
Nice.
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
And Bluford.
Yeah,
So
like a blue Ford with no E.
I love it. Oh my gosh, Bobby. So how was that? Was this fun? Like doing a little podcast with DJ Val?
Yeah, I loved it.
It's like kind of chill, right? We're just having a little chat.
I was a little nervous, but I loved it.
I get nervous too, because I'm like, okay, I really want to provide a great experience for my beautiful guest and of course the beautiful listeners who take time to tune in. So hopefully we're doing all that. One last final parting, 30-second, if everybody had to know you for one thing before, you die, what would you want to be known for?
I really want to be known as somebody who, whatever God gave me, I tried to make sure I utilized every single tool that he gave me to impact those people around me.
Yay. And what good messages for all of us, because I really do think all of us big dreamers and visionary people who want to make a difference on the planet, like that's what we want to do. Like each one of us, And so leave it better than we found it, hopefully.
That's right.
That's right. Okay, cool. Well, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I so appreciate you taking time to be with us and our beautiful Dream Dance audience. And it's going to be magic. And so keep doing that work there, Bobby. I can't wait to see you on stage somewhere and, high five. All right. All right, everybody. Peace, love, and aloha. Until next time, we'll see you then. Woohoo!
Bye, guys.
Aloha.